On the edge of the North York Moors lies the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
150 it is, good quality stuff, Yorkshire stuff, that's what we like.
With the help of his team and his family,
Goodness, can't even lift it.
Angus has been running his auction house for more than a decade.
52.
When he's not on his rostrum, he's clearing cluttered homes,
Where does all this come out of that cupboard?
finding unwanted items to go under his gavel.
Love this. It's funky, isn't it?
It is absolutely ghastly.
It's little things like that that just make my job enjoyable.
Using his expert knowledge, he uncovers hidden gems.
This is really nice.
There's a bit of Yorkshire wherever you go in the world. Yorkshire!
And discovers valuable heirlooms.
Bit dusty, not the best day to wear a white shirt maybe.
Back at the sale room, he turns these forgotten treasures
£2,200.
into incredible windfalls of cash. As the shutters open at Rydale Auctioneers, Angus and his staff of 19 are preparing for another busy day.
Hello, the auction house.
Over his 20 years in the business, Angus has developed an encyclopedic knowledge of antiques.
Auctioneers and valuers in a good provincial sale room need to have a very broad knowledge base across all different areas of antiques, and they need to be able to date items, know the history of them, and to value them at the current market value.
Today, he'll need every ounce of expertise as he's heading to the clearance of a very large house.
This job's going to be huge. It's a whole farmhouse we've got to clear. Every room, we've got to clear the whole property. Not sure how I'm going to tell the lads.
Time for Angus and his clearance team, Andy and Pete, to get on the road.
You all right, Pete?
Yeah.
You ready?
Why?
We're off to the Lake Districts.
Have we?
See Tracy and Kay, two sisters.
Sorted.
So we'll get on.
Yeah.
What's that in your window?
It's our mascot.
Yeah. What's
Why?
it called?
Jasper.
You've named it after my dog.
Yeah.
I do worry about you sometimes.
I know you do, my lord.
Come on then, let's be on.
Angus and the lads are going in convoy as they may need to fill both vans. While they're driving, Angus can stay in touch over hands-free.
Lake Districts. It's not quite North Yorkshire Moors, but it's a very close second, isn't it?
I like the views.
Pete, just wake Andy up, he's missing the views.
Andy.
I mean, look at this, it's just stunning, isn't it?
Today's clearance is at a farmhouse in the beautiful countryside outside Grange-over-Sands in Cumbria. Sisters, Kay and Tracy, need help clearing out their late auntie's three-bedroomed house. Angus is first to arrive.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, you're right.
We're good.
Nice to meet you.
And you, what a wonderful place.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
It is
really
indeed.
nice.
Would you like
Would you like to come in?
Certainly, thank you.
So, grandparents had this house built
Yeah.
when they got married in 1930.
What a place to live with these views, and a very important part of your family heritage, really.
Yeah.
So this was Auntie's bedroom. We found two chests, mainly this one, full of what was her 21st birthday presents.
Oh, wow. OK.
Just totally boxed, untouched, added to at some point, but yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's like a time capsule, isn't it?
It is. It's quite sad, really, but I suspect it was single lady maybe looking at marriage later, never did, and kept everything.
But it's full of coins.
Yeah.
Oh, coins!
Coins?
No, coins
No.
everywhere.
Every time I went into any drawer, you would find coins. Hence, I've got a box here full of every coin you can imagine.
And a bucket.
Angus has a special interest in coins.
What we'll have to do is go through all the coins, because dates are quite important on coins. These are all 1939, 33, and then we've got 24 there. No, 1914, first of... So you've got the beginning of the First World War,
Right.
you've got the beginning of the Second World War there.
Right.
But the fact is that they're all solid silver.
Right.
After
okay.
47,
Okay.
after 19...
That we didn't know.
So after 1947,
Yeah.
the silver came out. Therefore, the value greatly changes
Yeah.
on that date. Now, you've got a bucket there. If they're all 1947 or earlier, there's a lot of money there. There's probably £1,000 in silver coinage. Maybe you two can sit in the sunshine and go through the bucket when we get the big stuff loaded up.
Brilliant, yeah.
Absolutely.
That is a real revelation, that.
With only a day to clear the house, it's all hands on deck. Generations of the family have farmed this land, and Kay and Tracy grew up here too, in the house next door to Auntie Dot.
We were close as a family, but we were also close because we lived close together.
She was almost like a second mum, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Because she didn't have her own children and hadn't married, so we were her children.
Yeah.
She basically spoilt us rotten, there's no
Yeah.
two ways about that.
Yeah.
She was very progressive for a woman of her era. She wasn't ever going to be sort of a married housewife. She went to college.
She liked to drive a fast car.
Yeah.
In 2019, Kay and Tracy lost both their dad and his sister, their Auntie Dot, within days of each other.
It was quite a shock to lose them both so close together. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was difficult.
you couldn't get over one before we lost the other.
You couldn't really grieve properly at all. I think we were all in shock.
The sisters plan to sell the house, but first they need to raise money from the sale of Auntie Dot's possessions to take care of some important family business.
First lot of money, and the money that we get, that'll go towards sorting the headstones out for them both. There's no point in keep putting it off and putting it off. We need to get on now and sort it. It is difficult today. I think this is another emotional day that we're having to sort of deal with, and it's good to be doing it together. Yeah.
In amongst the mountains of Auntie Dot's things, Angus has spotted a collection of china animals made by a famous pottery designer.
You can never go to a country, rural sort of property, farming family without finding some bezic. It's dropped off from what it used to be, but actually around where we are, it's still very popular.
In fact, there's so much carefully preserved treasure, it's a race against time to find it all.
This box is full of corgi, cars and various die-cast vehicles, very collectible. So there you go, good little lot in that tin there.
While the lads do the heavy lifting, Angus has been having a good look round Auntie Dot's living room and has discovered a 19th century bureau that may be worth a second glance.
Now, what you've always got to be careful on with bureaus and all types of furniture like this is to look for secret drawers. You think, secret drawers? Really? Well, actually, if you think back into the time, a couple of 100 years ago, you wouldn't want necessarily the servants pinching your money. So you have this central cupboard door. If you open there, sometimes there's a little drawer inside. Got one there, empty, sadly. And more often than not, you don't find stuff, but sometimes you find full of gold or jewellery. Now here's where the other secret drawers are. These little columns here. Sadly, nothing in those. And then sometimes this little fretwork panel that looks like detail is another secret drawer for secret letters. Nothing in that one. And here we go. This has actually got some bits in. And surprise, surprise, it's coins. We keep finding coins in this house. But these are all Victorian crowns. Very nice. 1889, 1891. And here is, you can hardly see this, but it's a 1 penny token from 1812, so that's a long time ago. That's the height of the Peninsular War between the British and the French against Napoleon Bonaparte. And these tokens were quite often for bridge crossings, so it's almost like a pass you would buy or related to a particular company. This is for the Union Copper Company. Very collectible. This one's very worn, so the price is affecting that. But, just in that little drawer hidden away, but there's still about £70 to £100 there. So it pays to look in the drawers.
48, 48.
There's a lot of 48s. It's absolutely amazing having Angus here because anything we can find, he can say, throw away, keep, I'll take. Otherwise, we are looking at it and going, what do we do with that? So it's just such a relief, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big, really big relief.
Inside, Angus has made another exciting find.
What we've got here is this lovely cased set of proof scales. What you'd have is these balance scales and then a set of counterweights. So you can put that proof weight on this side, if you're an official, and then you put the coin that you've been given, or the merchants are using, and you can test to make sure that it's not a counterfeit. So that's what these were used. A lovely early set is this, and what's really nice about it is actually the case itself is a lovely carved case with these little wire work joints, and that for me is an absolute joy to find because it is a good, honest, early, proper antique. And you know what? It's little things like that that just make my job enjoyable.
Up in the bedroom, Pete and Andy have found something. They're just not sure what.
I think it's a teddy bear that you fill lavender in. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know.
It is cute.
It is. I don't know whether... Should I go and ask her?
Yeah, you can do.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
What were these from?
Oh, that was yours, Kirsty.
Oh, that was mine as a child. That was my first soft toy. That was
And the lamb, a lambkin, knitted lambkin.
A lamb, is it?
This is my locket.
That's your locket, yeah, you
Are you,
rubbed it
are
into
you
the...
keeping those then?
I think so.
I think you should. Yeah, I think you should. Right then.
Thank you.
Made you smile anyway.
After a busy day, Pete and Andy are preparing to head back to the sale room, leaving Angus to show Kay and Tracy their auntie's now empty home.
Oh, wow. Never seen it like this.
My God, doesn't the room look big?
Yeah, really big, doesn't it? Absolutely amazing.
I just hadn't realised what the view was like out of her bedroom either. It's pretty good.
That view is amazing, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
isn't it? Wow.
Play cricket in here, couldn't you?
Absolutely. Oh, it's amazing.
Don't you suggest that to my husband?
Well, I'll head back to Yorkshire and we'll see you on auction day.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Angus.
Today's been brilliant, actually, and for me, a real joy because I found some really interesting, nice, proper antiques. The little proof scale set for the coins, all the coins, some really interesting pieces.
Whilst Angus, Andy and Pete make their way back from their house clearance in the Lake District, back at the auction house in Kirby Moorside, the rest of the team are all set to unload and process their van load of treasures. Sale room manager Jeremy is prepping for Angus's arrival back at base.
So I've just had a quick word with Angus and we're just picking up the contents of a property up in the Lake District, which is part of a small farming community there. Hopefully there'll be a lot of old family things there that have never been touched before, and it might be a nice collection of something that's been squatted away for a few years, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's there.
There isn't time to have a detailed look at every item while they're clearing the house, so it's painstaking work for Angus and the team to comb through everything now it's back and record and catalogue it for the auction.
Right, next is reference 2642, lot number 222, and it's various costume jewellery, plated wear, wristwatches, etc., 20 to 40.
He's having a second look at the contents of Auntie Dot's jewellery box.
Always got to have a good rummage in these jewellery boxes. It's probably mostly costume jewellery, but the amount of times we've pulled a diamond ring out or a bit of gold. With jewellery, it's all about identifying what it's been made of. If it's gold, it'll have hallmarks on it, and so will silver. Diamonds, we can have a diamond test and we can test the stones to see if they're precious stones or just costume semi-precious materials. And that's the difference between costume jewellery and sort of expensive jewellery. It's quite a pretty little pendant, silver pendant, sort of Art Nouveau style.
But on closer inspection, it's not just any old pendant.
Oh, well, that's really nice. That's silver and enamel little drop pendants that would have been on a chain. It's Art Nouveau style, but the maker's mark is for Charles Horner, who was a very well-known, renowned silversmith, did a lot of silver enamel work, particularly jewellery, pendants, hat pins, that sort of thing. And there's Charles Horner collectors. Not hugely valuable, maybe 30 to 50 on a good day, but actually could have been missed in a box like that. So we'll pull that out, sell that on its own, and then the costume jewellery will sell as a lot as well.
It's the day of the auction and the sale room is about to open its doors. With everything catalogued, cleaned up and ready to go, there's only one thing left on Angus's to-do list.
It's always important to have something to eat on a sale day. Sometimes I'd be up there for 6 hours solid. And it's not like Clark's, you can eat something while we're working, you know, I'm talking. So, what? Well, you can eat while you're working. I can't.
No, we don't.
You do?
We occasionally have a sweet. I can't
No,
eat
you
biscuit.
eat cake up there, and this you blummin' do. Don't lie. We've got video evidence.
I don't eat cake. When was the last time we had cake here? What's the first time have you been
It was the last sale, actually. The two of you are just like eating all the time, and it's like, oh, look at what we're having. Angus, you can't have it because you're talking, and it is a bit cruel because we know how much I love my food. Sausage and bacon today. Good Yorkshire hearty breakfast to get the go down.
There's half an hour to go before Angus takes to the podium, and Kay and Tracy have just arrived.
I haven't seen Kay and Tracy since we had a good look at their items, got them back here and sorted through and valued them. And, you know, there's the coins, there's the Art Nouveau pendant, and I don't want to get their hopes up because you never know on an auction day, but I think they might be in for a nice surprise. Do you have a figure in mind that you'd be happy with today?
I don't think we have a figure. We'd like enough to buy the headstone and maybe just a bit of a treat for us.
How much is a headstone these days?
£1,000
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, but you ladies, you know, don't need a big treat, do you?
No.
Well, we will endeavour to do the best we can for you.
Today, with over 400 lots of furniture and antiques up for sale, Angus needs all the help he can get. Joining him, auction clerks Emma and Heather will track online bids, and Mark and Jeremy are ready to take bids on the phone.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we start with lot number 1.
First up is a particular favourite of Angus's.
George III, mahogany bureau, fitted interior. There's plenty of secret compartments in there. There we go. I know they're not the fashion anymore, but it's a good one. And I've got a couple of bids on it. We go in at 65, 65, 75, 80. £80 and it's at.
That's
At
all
£80,
right.
we're all done for the bureau. Lovely mahogany bureau at 80, I'm going to sell. At 80 and £80, all done, I'm going to sell. At 85, 90. 90 it is then. At 90, last chance, gavels up. At 90.
Next up is the dark horse of the auction, Angus's discovery, the rare Art Nouveau pendant.
Lot 115, the most watched item in the sale. We found this in the bottom of the jewellery box. Got phone bids, commission bids, internet bids. We are off. 32, 55, 58, 42, 45, 48, 55, 60. At 65, 70, 75, 80. 80 on commission, £80 on commission.
What is it?
150 it is at 150. 160, 170. 170. 180 on the sale room, 190. 190. The phone has it at 190. I'm going to sell. Last chance. We're all done. I'm going to sell at £190. All done. Thank you very much. There we go. Pays to rummage in the bottom of the boxes, doesn't it? The Charles Horner pendant, lovely thing and very collectible. And his work ranges massively in value. We put a lowish estimate on it, but it captured the imagination of a few bidders and it flew.
The sisters hung on to their most loved playthings from childhood, but some of their old toys did make it to the sale.
The dog.
The dog.
Have you seen the dog there?
Well, I'm just wondering if it's modelled on that dog. Yeah. And we're off. £95 bid at 95. 100. At £100 it is on the sale room. 110. Thank you, madam, in the room now. It's against you, sale room bid at 120. 130. Room bid at £150. Thank you, madam.
Hopefully it'll go to a nice home.
It does look just like it.
There we go. Cars, Corgi, Matchbox, etc. 35, 38, 38.
Angus is juggling some lively bidding today.
Round it up to 40, you know you want to. I'll just have a swig of tea while you think about it. 40, 42, thank you. 42 works sometimes. Selling at 42.
And some of the collectible items Angus spotted are getting lots of interest.
The basic hunting group there, 130, 140, 150 with me, 160. All done selling at 200. These are a superb set of early 19th century travelling scales there. 50 bid, 560, 570.
The antique scales that Angus loved seem to be a particular hit.
340, 360, 380, 400. Thank you.
The coins found around the house have been split into 7 lots with an estimated value of over £700.
And we are off. 30, 45, 55.
The first lot contains the coins found in the Bureau's secret drawer.
90 it is. At 90 it is.
Small
For all the
coins.
tokens at 95 is it now? 95 anywhere? 95, 100 at £100. Handy them secret drawers. 300, 320. It's on the net. Room's out.
Wouldn't have had
At
a clue
340
about
it
them.
is. At £360.
And the lots keep coming. There are collectors online, on the phone and in the sale room who are all chasing the money.
On both Blackman. At 130, I think we can afford the headstone now, can't we? At 130, at 130 it is then.
Oh, Auntie Darla.
Thank you. Well, that's the auction done, and it was a great job with a real good mix of items. And for me personally, there was some fantastic, real, genuine antiques on there. Some good bits of furniture. There was the pendant, the coins, among other things. Actually, it sold really well. Some lively bidding with items going all around the world.
With the sale an overwhelming success, it's time to see what Kay and Tracy made of it.
There's a few surprises, wasn't there?
Just one or two. You found a few things in that house we didn't know were there.
I said there'd be a few surprises. The coins, to be fair, you got particularly good prices for those because there was enough good stuff. The coin collectors were there buying and they just mopped it up. But yeah, no, some fantastic results, and I'm really, really pleased. And you're actually going to be taking home £5,687.
You're joking. Oh my God. For goodness sake.
Somebody just poured water over me.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, really. Really. Well, I'm delighted I could raise that for you, and thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's nice to think that people want things that we couldn't find homes for. They're actually desirable.
Angus has been amazing. I mean, I just don't know how he has the energy. He keeps the energy going all the time.
I think we're all just in total shock of the whole thing, but it's been a really nice experience.
As soon as one auction's finished with one set of happy customers, there's always a new call coming in.
I'm just processing that one today.
Right, lads.
So then, yeah, just discussing these.
Just admiring these vases.
They're nice, aren't they?
Did you know there was a crack in that one?
Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
No, I didn't know, that's why we put them together, but still a good lot, and they'll sell well, those.
But there's no time for chat because a new job's just come in.
We're off to Money Fief, if I've pronounced it right.
All right.
But to us Yorkshire folk, Dundee.
That'll do.
Crack on?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
A new day means a new job for Angus, Andy and Pete. And today, it's a trip to Scotland.
Right, Pete, we're off to Dundee. Well, just outside Dundee, actually, but...
Another long journey?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Have you been before?
No, not me.
No.
I've been close.
Famous for its cake, isn't it?
Have you heard any of that?
No.
Looks like you have.
The boys are heading to Money Fief near Dundee, where Gilly, Alan and their daughter Molly need help to clear Gilly's childhood home.
This is my parents' house and the only family home I've known. It was built and bought by my parents in about 1964.
It's been a family home for
well, all their lifetime, and her dad sadly passed away. And her dad was an art teacher, and he was really into his fishing as well.
Right.
But I think we just need to bear in mind, lads, it's probably going to be quite emotional for the family, because obviously we're going to completely clear it, so it will be a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, look after her.
Yeah, of course we will.
Right, here we are, lads. I shall get parked up, and I'll nip in, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Hello!
Hi.
Welcome!
Thank you very much, thank you.
This is Maggie.
Hey, Maggie.
You coming to say hello?
Hi.
You're actually very honoured that she's come out.
Come on,
Come
then.
on then. In you come. In you come.
Thank you. So, how can I help?
Well, as you can see, I need advice because it's a treasure trove or a hoarder's paradise. I'm not quite sure which. This house is packed to the gunnels. It's quite alarming. You open a cupboard and there's just more and more stuff, and I don't know what most of it is.
It sounds like an auctioneer's dream.
So, this is the garage.
Well, I've seen worse.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's encouraging. So, as you can see, there's stuff from all sorts of hobbies, golf stuff, bits of the boat. And over there is an original Womble's lampshade from the 70s.
Was that yours?
That was mine. Orinoco was my favourite.
Jilly's dad, Ronald, died a few months ago in his 80s after living a very full life.
My dad was an artist. He went to art school in Dundee, and then he went into teaching, and he became a principal teacher of art. But he did some beautiful drawings and paintings. My dad made everything. You didn't buy things. When we were wee, he made me a beautiful rocking horse from a kitchen stool. He also made our lovely wooden doll's house for my sister. It was brilliant, you know, I mean, little paintings on the walls, wallpaper. Curtains were made from cuttings of my granny's old dresses. Anything we needed, he made.
The family need to sell the house. So Angus and his crew have a day to empty Ronald's home.
Right, lads. Full house clearance. 3 bedrooms, garage, the works. Everything's going.
Yeah?
Even the boat.
Even the boat?
Yeah. Come on, then.
For a full house clearance like this, Angus has only so much space in the van, so has to make some tricky decisions about what to sell and what might end up in the skip. He's already got his eye on something that will definitely go under the gavel.
Oh, well, this is a nice surprise. You've got the Scottish hallmark, so it tells us it's silver, and we've got a maker's mark there, H&H. So really nice to find, you know, we've come to Scotland and we found some Scottish silver, which is great. Lovely little thing, and could have quite easily, because it's not had a clean for a while, have been gathered up in a boxer plate that makes 20, 30 pounds. Actually, that's probably 100 to 150 pounds, that job on its own. So it pays to check the marks.
Gillian family have no idea how much cash the sale will raise, so they've dreamt up some pretty extravagant ideas about how to spend it.
If you got that one item that everybody wants, I'd buy a villa in Mallorca. Realistically, probably, if we get a curry and a bottle of wine out of it, that's probably a lot more realistic.
The Miserables. The Miserables?
Yeah, the Miserables. Yeah.
It's surprisingly good.
No, it isn't.
As the lads get on with clearing out, Angus has discovered some evidence of Ronald's passion for fishing.
Clearly, Gilly's dad tied all his own flies, and there's such a skill and craft in it, and a variety of materials used, from threads and feathers and all sorts, to create these wonderful flies for fly fishing. And look at these. I mean, each one is a work of art. Hours and hours of painstaking work gone into these.
Oh, God. He's done it again. It's disappeared.
Who, Angus?
Angus.
Well, yeah, that's because there's heavy stuff coming out.
Ready?
They're cracking on really well. We've got upstairs virtually cleared out, and you know, we're finding a few interesting bits, and the weather's been kind to us, and when you need a little bit of morale boost, you just go upstairs, look out the window, and you see that fantastic landscape of the Tay. So I'm enjoying this one.
With the inside of the house almost finished, it's time to look at the single biggest item they'll need to get into the van.
He made this boat, I believe, they did kits or something
Yep.
in maybe the 60s or 70s. Originally, it was a rowing boat, but he used it for his fishing.
Angus is taking the boat away with the rest of the contents of the house, but it's not something he's used to dealing with.
It's a challenge really, isn't it? You know, to sell it. Who's going to want a boat? We live on the North Yorkshire moors. I mean, we are only an hour away from the east coast, so maybe. The lads won't like me because it's going to be very awkward to get it on the van. We've already filled one van, so we're going to have to use the second van for this.
With the van loaded and on its way, it's time for Angus to show Gilly and her family the results of their work.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't even look like the same room, does it?
No.
We need to decorate it before we sell it.
Oh God. Do you know, I can only recognise it by the view.
Well, that'll sell the house. I mean, that's
Well,
just
hopefully,
amazing.
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness me.
So, well, there's more, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Go on then.
Oh my goodness me. I've never seen it like this.
It's amazing. I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
I'm gobsmacked too. I mean, it's
I never thought you'd be able to empty this. I've got to be honest.
just a carriage. No, it's just...
You alright?
Thank you.
It's okay, it's all right.
It's just...
I mean, this is probably the room that probably means the most, even though it's the garage, isn't it? Well, it's probably time that I leave you to it, and we'll get on the road, but thank you so much.
Thank you
That's
so much, Angus.
You're welcome. I'll see you on auction day.
See you on auction day.
Absolutely.
Look forward to it.
Okay, brilliant, thank you.
Thanks a million. Thank you. Oh, Maggie, you're snoring. This was my childhood, this was my past. And sometimes you feel you want to cling on to it, but it's time to shut this down now and just leave the memories in there.
After 5 hours on the road, the van loaded with all the treasures from Monteith has made it back safely to Yorkshire. And as ever, the auction house crew at Kirby Moorside are on standby to receive the goods. Outdoor sales manager Mark has heard about Ronald's pastimes and has a keen eye for outdoor collectibles.
I know he had quite a few interests, outdoor hobbies, and fishing as well. So there should be some nice things coming in.
Home sweet home, Peter. Been a long journey, on it.
Been a good drive, right? Right. There's some rods. I'm going to put them on the end of a nook and do a bit of fly fishing. See if I can catch some at her.
Maybe a woman.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, knowing my luck, it'd be a rubber duck.
Oh, there she is.
Mark has already spotted Ronald's self-built boat.
Won't mind a little go at that. Be nice for fishing. Yeah, it's a nice little boat, that. Well made. There's a lot of wood. I think that's the selling point to it, with all this mahogany. I would imagine probably 300 to 400 maybe. Depends if you're on the day.
And in amongst the boxes, containing half a century's worth of artist tools, Sale room manager Jeremy is already putting together the different lots for auction.
Little pen nibs, going to make a nice lot, that. Quite an interesting job, I think. Pelican ink, still in its original box. I mean, it's probably not usable anymore. I mean, it could be sort of 40, 50 years old quite easily. Pen nibs, I mean, still in their original box. A lot of people just collect boxes because of the quality of the print and everything, and just the style of them. They're just very cool, aren't they?
In taking a closer look at some of the contents of Gilly's dad's house, the team have found something completely unique.
Gillian's house was full of surprises, and I didn't actually see these in the house. Jeremy found them when we were unloading and sorting through, and they're absolutely fantastic. You think at first glance, they're posters. We've got a London Ground poster there, all advertising posters. There's actually advertising posters, very, very collectible, and they can do big money. And then you look closely, actually, these aren't printed posters. These are all hand-painted by her dad, which is quite incredible. So we'll have to do a bit of research. You know, did he actually paint them to be produced, as in prototypes? And, you know, this one looks like wallpaper. I've never really come across something like this before. It's always hard on something like that that's a bit of a one-off. Obviously, you do a bit of research and searching on the internet to see if they had been published, which they hadn't. So they were very much prototypes, but fantastic things. But it's quite hard to put a price on that because there's nothing to use as a benchmark. And you've just got to use your sort of experience of where you think it should be.
It's the morning of the auction, and Gilly and the family have travelled all the way from Scotland with Maggie the dog for the big event.
Fishing rods.
Fishing rods. There's your mum's horrible vases.
They were actually my granny's.
Yeah, granny's horrible vases.
Look at these. Oh, I know it's for fishing, but
yeah,
some kind of strange... No.
Didn't fish, so I don't know.
Now, I think these are my dad's posters. Travel by underground, save time.
Did he design these? Because he was
yeah,
a...
look.
Yeah, it is.
What date does that say? 1950?
53.
They're amazing. I wonder where they were.
In the garage.
Have you seen them before?
I've never seen them, Molly.
No.
All of them as well. Look
at all the lettering and stuff. He was so good.
He was brilliant at lettering.
That's amazing.
Wow. I quite like the BOAC one. So I'll maybe bid for them.
There are hundreds of lots in this auction, so there's little time to waste.
Woo!
Let the bidding commence.
The fishing equipment, the line dryer for drying your fishing line. Lots of interest in this. At 95, 100, 100 it is, then at 100. At 100, 110. 110 it is, then up. The gavel is up at £110. 110. Lot number 63. Here's the silver seal, aluminium 5 box. Lovely. We can start at 42, 5, 8, 50.
Just thought Jenna Flies would get 50.
65. 65. With you at 65. Selling then at £65. Fly fishing and fishing in general is still hugely popular, especially in the rural communities. And there's a lot of work that goes into making those flies, and for a lot of people, if you're like me, you'd probably struggle to make your own flies because it is very technical, so always going to be popular. Lot number 69, good vintage coat there. Lots of interest in this, as you'd expect. 32, 35, 38, 42, 5, 8, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100, 110. At £110 for the old coat. The old coat's at 150. At 150, somebody's had a heart attack, call an ambulance. At 150 it is.
You get a new one for that.
Ronald's old wax jacket. That caused a few surprises, didn't it? But I'm not surprised, actually, myself, because people love these old, worn coats, and they always sell well.
And now for the surprise artworks, hand-painted by Ronald, that the lads found buried in the garage.
We go on to these absolutely superb 1950s posters, mostly dated 53. You'd think they're original posters, but they are all hand-painted by Ronald McNeil. £100 start me. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. 10 in the room.
I wish you could have seen that.
At 210. Selling at £210.
That's really nice.
Here's another one there, all these. There we go.
Save time and travel by the underground Grim Reaper. There we go. This is the most watched lot in the wholesale online. £90.
That's lovely credit too.
280 is 2 people running on the net. 280 it's at 290. It's 300, 320, 340, 360, £400. At 400, selling at £400. Thank you. It's the 2 1950s wallpaper designs, all hand painted. £60 straight in. £60 a bid at 60, 65, 70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, 100, 110. Got 3 of you after this now. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 280, 290, 300, 320. For the wallpaper at £320.
Wow.
Great sale. We had some fantastic results. What I'm really, really pleased about, those posters. Her father's artwork, and I'm just delighted that they made the money that they deserve to make. Very talented artists, make good money.
So how did Gilly, Alan and Molly think it went?
I think it went pretty well, didn't it?
I think it went incredibly.
Really well. Yeah.
And the posters.
Posters.
I mean, we didn't even know they existed. I'd never
We
seen
found them in the garage.
I found it really moving because it was such a tribute to my dad. He would be laughing so much.
The people paid 400 quid for a poster. I think he would, wouldn't he?
I mean, the fact someone bought his old coat and then his artwork, he would have been blown away.
His flies went as well. That
And
was
his
really
fishing
nice.
tackle
Well, that
on the
was really
hours,
lovely.
yeah.
I'm glad the pictures did well. And, well, you're going to be walking home with £3,900.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Let's get the holiday brushes out, Molly.
Somebody's already spent it.
Wow.
Well, thank you,
that's
Angus. That's
incredible.
amazing. Thank you.
A few months after their clearance, in Cumbria, Kay and Tracy have made progress.
We have now managed to get my aunt's house on the market. We've had a few prospective buyers looking round, so hopefully that will be sold in the not too distant future. The money we raised at auction, we were going to put towards a headstone for both my aunt and my dad. We have seen some designs that we like, so hopefully once we can all get together and get to a stonemasons, we can get that set up as a tribute to them both.
And in Scotland, Gilly has some news too.
The house is actually on the market now. There's been a lot of interest and hopefully soon we'll be moving towards an offer. We had a brilliant time down in Yorkshire, but most importantly, it allowed me to discover things about my dad that otherwise I would never have known about, some of his artwork. So it's a lovely memory of my childhood home. It's hopefully a nice tribute to my parents. And yes, our dream of Mallorca is still very much alive, isn't it, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.